I had no real expectations for this film. I saw the trailer one time, forgot about it. Truth is, I just wanted a cinema trip. It was one of those times. I just really wanted to go to the cinema and see a film. This was a new release this week, so Lee Cronin's The Mummy I went to go see. And how was it? Well, in the words of young Elizabeth from the opening scene of Drop Dead Fred,
What a pile of shit.
I was partly curious to see what Lee Cronin was going to do with a full-blown horror version of The Mummy, because the previous Mummy films, the Brendan Fraser ones, the Tom Cruise one, were popcorn, fluffy entertainment. So a horror version of The Mummy was kind of interesting, but this is your run-of-the-mill possession film that we've seen 100 times before. All the tropes, cliches, and conventions of possession horror films are here and front and center. The girl goes missing. 8 years later, they find her. They bring her home despite looking like that. And right off the bat, straight away, she starts doing creepy stuff, like she's levitating off the bed. Like the first scene that she's back in the house in her own bed, she's levitating, doing really creepy, demonic noises. And the mum is brushing it off because it's her daughter. I'm going to take care of her. And the dad's in the basement looking at all the photographs, trying to piece together what went on. And he does that classic thing where he takes off the glasses and does the, sigh of frustration and not knowing what to do. He goes to consult an expert. The religious grandma's there with the crucifix trying to pray for the daughter while she's in bed doing the, all the demonic breathing and stuff like that. Like I said, you've seen it 100 times over, and there's just nothing super new that the film really brings to those tropes, conventions that elevates it. It's not without some creepy moments that sprinkled in there throughout, and I will say the girl who plays the mummified demon child, she was good. I thought the practical effects, the makeup effects on her were also pretty decent. There are a couple of scenes of like body horror where she's like peeling skin off, where it is kind of gross and disturbing. All around, the acting in the film is okay. It's not the worst I've seen in a horror film, but it could have been a lot better. In fact, my favourite actor and my favourite character in the film was actually the detective in Egypt trying to follow the paper trail and find out what happened to Katie. Maybe it's because I love investigations and solving mysteries, but she was my favourite character, and that was my favourite kind of side plot in the film. But then again, that leads into kind of another negative of mine, which is the second act of this film. It started to feel quite drawn out because it cuts back to the detective in Egypt, it goes back to the house with the demonified girl, and then the dad's investigating on his own, the mum's trying to look after the demon girl, and the brother and the other little sisters trying to sort things out as well. It was starting to feel a bit long in the tooth and quite boring, honestly. About half an hour before this film ended, I thought about walking out because I was just not into the film at all. I was not being scared, I was not interested, I didn't care about the characters, blah blah blah. So I thought I might leave early, get home early. But I thought, I want to see if they stick the landing. And then the finale came and it just screwed the film into the sand even more because a CGI shitfest comes in and things are happening that are supposed to be creepy. They're actually quite cheesy. The girl's levitating and doing all the demonic yells and stuff, and yeah.